Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. So I think it was finally time for me to get back into Grisaia. I'm kind of taking it somewhat easy with, Batman and whatnot. Batman and Gundam. I think that's all I've played so far since I moved in. I think. Probably. See how well my memory is. But it's finally time for us to continue back on with Fruit of Grisaia. It's been a little while since we've actually played through it. I've actually been kind of missing this game a decent bit. I mean, yeah, you see what kind of reactions it gets out of me, but I am enjoying my time with it a lot. And I mean a lot. So, we're going to be continuing Makina's route, obviously. Where we left off last time, some shit happened, to tell you that much. Some shit went down. Makina went for her job, to do her job and whatnot. Yuji went to have a nap, by the time he woke up, a terrorist bombing had happened. Essentially. At least with what people think is a terrorist bombing, but really it was a targeted hit. Who was the hit against? Makina's younger sister, who happened to be in town. Who Makina was actually somewhat close and nearby. She doesn't talk to her sister, like, ever, because they're, like, half-siblings. But she was going to become the new head of the family, and then all of a sudden a bomb happens. She is now, like, dead. Clearly fucking dead. Makina's, clearly somewhat traumatized from both being near-ish to the explosion, and to also, having seen her sister, and now, her sister being just straight up dead. So, it's just kind of dealing with the aftermath of that. And Yuji had talked with fucking JB. And he's more or less now on standby because there might be something he's gonna have to do, potentially. Like, everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. This is a huge thing. It is very, very much a targeted thing, because the bomb was placed underneath her car. So, while he doesn't know the details of what's going on, he knows he's probably going to get called upon for something. Though now, he's actually kind of worrying, now that Makina's sister is out of the picture, is Makina's family going to try to bring her back into the fold and reinstate her as head of the family? Or future head of the family? Because, ever since her father was, killed by the family themselves, and she regressed, she was essentially disowned. In fact, when we left off, Makina had gotten a call, I believe, from her grandfather? If I'm remembering correctly? She just tried to kind of play it off in front of everyone else, because we were around, Michiru and, Sachi. But now it's just Yuji and Makina, so it's the two of them alone, and they can actually talk about what's going on. So we're just going to pick up from there and see where this takes us. If I have to end up changing my title or making the content warning command a thing again, I will do that on the fly. Knowing this game, almost certainly will. So, I think it's enough babble and talk for now, so let's just, kind of jump into it. So, are you willing to tell me about that call?
っていうか、パパには聞いてほしいのよさ。
I'll listen.
キナです。
おう、マキナか。久しぶりだな。
Okay, so it was her grandfather. Cool.
はい、おじいちゃま、お久しぶりです。でも、どうして急に？
すまんがマキナ、もう少し大きな声で。私ももう年でな、耳がよう聞こえん。
The person on the other end of the line was Makina's grandfather. The call had been placed directly by Irisu Haruchika, the man who'd led the Irisu clan before his retirement.
お前ももう知っとるとは思うが、サリナが事故に遭った。
Mm-hmm.
あれは事故なんかじゃないよ、おじいちゃま。
事故なんだよ、マキナ。あれは不幸な事故だ。わかるか？
Yeah, it was an accident. She wasn't killed. She wasn't targeted. It was an accident.
わかりたくもないよ。
マキナよ、どうだ？そろそろ家に帰ってこんか？
今さらだよ、おじいちゃま。何を今さら言い出すんだよ。
そう怒るな。私がお前の見舞いに行かなかったのにも、それなりの理由があってだな。それに、私はお前が退院したことも、先日まで知らされておらんかった。
Oh, good job, Grandpa. Didn't even know she was out of the hospital for a few years now. Bravo. A faction within the branch house, afraid of Makina's potential return, must have deliberately prevented that information from reaching him. However, when a hefty check of 70 million yen was issued in Makina's name, an inquiry from the bank found its way directly to her grandfather. Only then did he learn Makina had been released some time before.
私は、お前が未だに廃人状態のまま、長期入院していると聞かされていたんだ。
Because she was probably shoved to this school
退院し
immediately.
たのなら、なぜ顔を見せに来ない？
Makina struggled to find an answer to her grandfather's question.
正隆君のことをまだ気にしておるのか？
Oh my god, it was an accident.
あれは事故だったんだ。
It was not an accident, it was a fucking hit. Her father, the person she loved more than anyone else in the world, was gone. All that was left were her nasty, high-strung mother. Her grandmother used to stare at her with the cold eyes of someone contemplating a broken toy. Her kind, but willfully blind grandfather, utterly unreliable when push came to shove. And the servants who suffocated her spirit, justifying everything with the words, "I'm afraid these are my instructions." At a glance, that house offered everything a person could possibly want. But it was a hollow shell full of hollow people. A gilded prison. It was the sort of place where saying, "I want to learn how to ride a bike," would result in someone buying you a purebred horse you hadn't even asked for. Jesus. What was there to miss about a home like that?
おじいちゃま、私はもうあの家には戻りたくない。
She likes her freedom here, where she can do what she likes and wants. They'd no doubt take good care of her if she returned, but only because they valued her as an asset or respected her position. Nobody there would even try to understand Makina herself. Some might say, "So what? Sounds like a pretty good deal." And maybe they wouldn't be wrong. Others might say, "You ran away from home, but you're still going to this school on your family's money, living completely freely. What right do you have to complain?" And she couldn't argue the point. But even so, just thinking about returning to that house made Makina's eyes fill with tears. Everything that was precious to her, everything she needed to be herself, her individuality and personality, all such inconvenient baggage would be ruthlessly thrown away. Oof. Money and power warp people beyond recognition. Makina knew that all too well. She was simply afraid of that house.
お前の気持ちはわかる。背負うものの大きさを考えれば、誰もができる仕事ではなかろうし、それが恐ろしくもあろう。だが、それゆえに、お前にしかできん仕事でもあるということだ。戻ってこい、マキナ。
I think I see what the old man's trying to do to bring her in. It's like, yeah, we know you hate it, but it's precisely because you hate it we need you. Maybe you could change it, because no one else is willing to take that kind of change or do that. But no, Makina is dead set on never going back there.
嫌だよ、おじいちゃま。マキナはもう昔のマキナじゃないのよさ。もう昔みたいにはなりたくないのよ。
マジでか。
マジだよ、おじいちゃま。ごめんね。もう嫌なの、耐えられないのよさ。
そうか。しかし、そうは言っても誰も認めんだろうな。まあ、そうだな。すぐに戻れとは言わん。しばらく考えてみたらどうだ。1年後の自分、10年後の自分、そして30年後の自分がどうなっているかをよーく考えて、それからどうする。
多分おじいちゃまはっていうか、宗家の人たちは私のこと諦めてないと思う。
They just need someone to fill a slot. That's all they need. They don't see her as an actual person. She's just someone there to fill the slot of head of the company. And they could use a potential excuse of, oh, she's, you know, she's still somewhat disabled, so we're gonna have to make a lot of the decisions for her. She'll just be a figurehead. That's it. She's just there. She'll be probably one of the more powerful people in the area, but at the same time, she'll have no power at all. Because she won't be Makina. She would just be head of the Irasu clan. That's it. Also, guys, let me know what you think of how I'm doing it like this. Having, specifically for Grisaia, having the whole game just kind of, you know, over here now, instead of be blowing it up fully like I did with the previous overlays. If you liked it the previous way, I can go back to the previous way. That's not a problem. I still have that that scene here. I still have some of the old scenes inside this collection here. I can always swap back over. It's not a problem. It's just I like these new overlay I have. I do like it a lot, so I want to try to use it as much as I can. I'm gonna check something's real quick. Gotta miss this game.
しかしたら今回の爆破事件だって私を家に戻すために宗家の人たちが起こしたのかもしれない。
Yeah, let's kill your little sister so you can come back. But if they'd screwed up even slightly, you could have gotten blown away too.
もし事件を起こしたのが宗家の人たちなら、私があの場に居合わせたのは本当に想定外のことで、相当慌てたと思う。
I don't really follow all this business with the main family and branch family. At the end of the day, what are their objectives here?
結局のところ、これは宗家と分家のお家騒動なのよさ。
Lovely.
宗家筋直系の私と分家の代表の妹、どっちが入りつけを継ぐかの争いで、あの人たちの目的はお金と権力。
I'm not familiar with the exact details, but I understand the scale of the prize we're talking about here. The Irisu family's long-standing assets extend to countless subsidiaries, both foreign and domestic. They're not just prominent in industrial manufacturing, financial, and retail, but also major players in iron and steel, shipbuilding, and even armaments. The money flowing through the Irisu apparently rivals the budget of a small country. God, that's so annoying. A pencil made by the Irisu scratches down your name on the birth certificate in a government office. You eat food imported by the Irisu in your school cafeteria as you grow. In time, you find employment in an enterprise under the Irisu umbrella. When you grow sick, you're taken to an Irisu hospital. And when you die, you rest under a gravestone manufactured by the Irisu. If you're born in Japan, it's all but impossible not to interact with that family in some way. But despite this astonishingly wide influence, the name Irisu itself will probably get you a blank stare as often as not. The brands in their conglomerate include many household names, but the parent company itself is fairly obscure. They say those with real power don't tend to advertise it. Like the old nobility hidden up above the clouds. And Irisu Makina, who stands to inherit the seat at the very top of this lofty house, is still in her teens. Practically a child. Who could blame the girl if she panicked in the face of that burden? If she ran away and tried to hide? Your grandfather said you don't have to come back immediately, didn't he? In that case, seems to me you should start by mulling this over. First of all, whether you're going to return to your family or not. And once that's settled, figure out what you're going to do when you return. Or what you're going to do when you refuse. And what you really want to do from now on. Your grandpa gave you the chance to deliberate about this, right?
そうだけど、でもおじいちゃまだっていつまでも待っていてくれるわけじゃないと思うのよ。
Not a problem. I'll get you as much time as you need.
どうやって？
That depends on how they want to play it. I haven't settled on any specific plans yet, but I'm ready to do anything I need to.
なんても？
Oh boy. That's right. Don't you remember? I made you a promise, Makina. Even if everyone else in the world became your enemy, I'd protect you. Those words weren't just for show. I really will do whatever I possibly can. You don't need to worry about a thing. Just go about your normal life exactly as you have.
でも
Don't worry. You've given me fair compensation for my services. There's nothing to feel guilty about. Yeah, good old 70 mil will do it. Or no, 700 grand. 700 grand gets you a good bodyguard and father, and probably at some point in this route, a lover. Because, of course, you're important enough to me that I'm willing to make that promise. Hell, at this point, you become my purpose in life. I'm living for your sake, and I'll die for your sake. I've been prepared for that from the start. In conclusion, there's no problem here. I'll kick the crap out of every last jackass stupid enough to harass you. You just sit back and see what a man who's found something to protect can do.
いいの？それでいいの？
I'm your father, remember? Showing off in front of our kids like this is what we do. There's nothing a father doesn't know. No problem he can't overcome. In other words, relax and think this over carefully. Whatever your choice, I'll accept it absolutely, and support you with everything I've got.
Papa!
Okay, Yuji's actually being sweet. Give him that. Overcome with emotion, even beginning to sob a little, Makina ducks her upper body low to the ground and rushes forward. Split second later, her forehead smacks into my solar plexus with a solid thunk. Oh my god. She knows how to aim for that fucking thing every time. Ugh. To be perfectly honest, the impact's so sharp, it's difficult to even breathe properly. Sinking to my knees here would hardly help me keep the girl's hard-won trust. God, I can't read immediately already. With an extremely strained attempt at a smile, I grab hold of Makina's fuzzy little head and squeeze her tightly against my chest. Strongly, very strongly, in the protective bear hug of a reliable parent. After that day, I've attempted to stay close by Makina's side as much as possible. I sincerely doubt there'd be many idiots reckless enough to try and pull anything inside this school, essentially a stronghold of the Sakaki family. But preparing for that long shot what if is my job. Fortunately, I've been trained in guarding someone without even allowing them to realize they're being protected. The only real problem is night. Without a doubt, human beings are most defenseless when they're sleeping. It's the ideal timing for a raid or kidnapping attempt. And even I'm not capable of staying awake constantly to protect the girl as she sleeps. As the single simplest countermeasure, it would be ideal if I could arrange to spend my nights with Makina. But
あのね、今日からパパの部屋でパパと一緒に寝てもいいかな?
Yeah, convince fucking Amane. Yeah, let have them share a room now. Caught off guard by this admittedly rather abrupt inquiry, Amane stares intently down into Makina's face for a long moment, then turns her laser-like gaze on me. Makina's expression is unusually serious, with no hint of the standard messing around. And although this would usually be the part where I deliver a karate chop to that well-positioned head of hers, I simply stand quietly behind the girl without raising any objection. Apparently Amane senses something strange in the air. She lets out a long, soft sigh, then nods deeply to herself.
マキナ、 あんた自分が何を言っているかちゃんと分かってる？うん。あんたが決めたのなら私は何も言わない。でも一度決めたのならちゃんと最後まで頑張るのよ。怖かったり痛かったりしても途中でやめてって言っちゃダメよ。永遠に続く夜なんてない。必ず朝は来るから頑張るのよ。
That can be taken in multiple different ways.
うん頑張るけど。ユージもマキナが痛がってたり苦しんでたりしたら自分の都合ばっかりじゃなくマキナのこともちゃんと考えてあげなきゃダメよ。
Well, yeah. That's the plan.
それとちゃんと否認はするのよ。コンドーム持ってる？
Yeah. Okay, she meant it in that way. Okay, Amane. Let me return that question from a moment ago. Do you have any idea what you're saying?
え？
Well, that doesn't cut it, woman. Although it seems there may have been a slight discrepancy in our understanding of the situation, it was agreed that Makina would spend her nights in my room. Regrettably, my room only has one bed, and it's a single. It wouldn't be so bad to huddle together for warmth in the winter, but at this time of year, the idea is not particularly appealing. Yielding the bed to Makina, I spread out a mat and sleeping bag on the floor for myself.
一緒に寝てはくれないのね。
A little hot for that, don't you think? At my old school, 10 at night was lights out time, and by 11, they'd cut the electricity to the dorm off entirely. Even the air conditioners went dead. In other words, I'm fairly accustomed to sleeping under hot and stuffy conditions. But there's hardly any need to go out of my way to recreate the experience. And also, if by any chance someone really did attack, we'd be better off sleeping at different points in the room. Attack Team A probably leads off by knocking at the door. Just as I'm getting up to reach for the knob, they blast the lock, upper and lower hinges with simultaneous shotgun fire. As I flinch backwards reflexively, Team B crashes in through the window on the opposite side of the room and pincers us both. Doubt I'd be able to hold them off for even 3 minutes. Compared to me and Makina huddled together in one bed, where we can easily be encircled, dispersing ourselves on the bed and floor expands the area that has to be targeted, giving us more options. Fucking soldier boy Yuji here. Alright, time to sleep. Get in bed. Mumbling her approval listlessly, Makina turns around to face away from me, then abruptly begins pulling off her clothes on the spot. Well, I'm just gonna get ready for bed, dumbass. After stripping down to her underpants, she takes a big t-shirt gone all loose in the collar, presumably a hand-me-down from Amane, and pulls it over her head as sleepwear. Fair. Might be a t-shirt to Amane, but on Makina, it's a one-piece dress. Resisting a sudden urge to smile, I open my window and drape the towel I used after my shower outside to dry. I carefully position the towel just low enough to hide the bed Makina's crawled into almost completely, deliberately leave the curtains open. For anyone out there interested in observing this room, this strip of fabric will present a simple hindrance. If the bath towel's position shifts even slightly overnight, it would suggest the existence of someone looking inside. The degree and direction of the movement can even help determine the point from which they're observing. Basic tricks like this won't often accomplish much against a professional, but a multitude of small insurance policies is the best way to keep things safe and quiet. I'm turning off the lights. A sliver of pale light streams into the room from the streetlights outside. There's no sound but the chirping of insects. Somewhere far away, the cicadas are still singing. Fucking cicadas. The bright city and warm concrete might have caused them to confuse night with day. I yawn inside my sleeping bag, feeling dull fatigue slowly spread out from behind my eyes. Going to bed at this hour should mean I'll wake up briefly around 2:30 in the morning. I'll check up on Makina, then go back to sleep for a few hours.
ねえパパ
What's up?
何かお話しして
What, again? You have anything specific in mind?
パパは将来なりたいものとかある
Something I want to be, huh? I think this is the first time she's asked me about my future, rather than my past. Putting aside the question of whether I'll even have one, it's not like I haven't daydreamed about it every once in a while. But even so, there's a collar on my neck that isn't coming off till I'm dead. Taking that into consideration, the number of paths realistically open to me are severely limited. Let's see. Guess I see myself ending up as a taxi driver, maybe? It's a classic choice for our employees. While spending most of your time working for a private taxi company, you get a minor allowance of 150,000 yen a month as a reserve member, ready to be called up when needed. The jobs open to an employee on the reserve aren't strictly limited, but ideally they want you in a position where you can respond quickly to an emergency summons. And from that perspective, a taxi driver is probably the best possible option. Yeah, they more or less make their own hours. Depending. If it's a private taxi, they make their own hours. If they're with a company, they'll have shifts. But even then, you can just say, "Yeah, I got no fares." If you have to leave. How about you, Makina? You have any ideas about the future? You don't have to think about the thing with your family. I'm asking about your dreams.
将来なんて考えたことがなかったのよさ。ただもう実家には戻りたくないってそのことばっかり考えてて自分が何をやりたいとか自分には何ができるんだろうとか考えたこともなかったこのままずっとこの学園にいたいってずっと優しい人と一緒にいたいって漠然とそんな風に考えていたけど
Well, on the Amane route, she more or less gets that wish. I mean, she keeps fucking failing, apparently, and then they have to force her out.
そんなの許されないよね
Well, you're gonna graduate eventually.
でもね最近はね少し考えるようになったのよ
Oh. Mind letting me hear your thoughts?
あのね私今パン屋さんで修行してるでしょそんでねいつかお金を貯めてパン屋さんを始めるのよさ
That's a nice goal. Ah, that's right. She did say something about a sniper or a baker, didn't she?
そ そのパン屋さんはね、海のそばにあって、喫茶店みたいになってて、焼きたてのパンをお店で食べられるのよ。でね、美浜を卒業した後もみんなが気楽に来れるお店にしたいのよさ。そうすればみんないつだって会えるのよ。
There's an idea. If you had a bakery like that, I could stop by in my taxi to hang out.
もうパパには私と一緒にお店をやってほしいのよさ。
What? I'm part of this too?
そう、私がパンを焼くから、パパはコーヒーとか紅茶を入れる人。どう？
I see. Yeah, I guess that kind of life wouldn't be half bad either.
だろ？きっと毎日が楽しいのよ。ずっと楽しいのよ。
There must be a lot of work every single day. Yeah. Almost like a dream. I don't know exactly what kind of life Makina's lived up until now. But I do know a little about the Irisu. A family of immense power that stays behind the scenes, constantly maneuvering deep below the surface of society. What, are they fucking mole people? I know Makina didn't ask for the role they forced onto her shoulders. Even as a child, she sensed something strange about the world she lived in, so clearly different from that of others her age. And in time, she came directly into contact with the foul corruption inside her own family. That corruption claimed her father, the only person in the Irisu household who had really loved her. She hasn't had a real ally since. Even that small goal of opening a bakery, hardly the wildest of ambitions, must seem like a faint and distant dream to Makina. Alright, she's gone to bed. Damn it. Makina's hopes for the future had stayed hidden away deep inside for some time. Maybe speaking them out loud provided something in the way of catharsis. The girl's already snoring softly into her pillow. If my child has dreams, I won't spare any effort to help make them happen. Yeah, make them happen. Tongue-tied. That's my role now. The problem is Makina's grandfather. The girls told him she isn't going to return, but I can't imagine he'll accept that answer. Makina wants nothing to do with the Irisu clan anymore, but simply declaring that won't bring this to an end. Even if we did manage to win over her grandfather, the Irisu aren't a small enough organization to be swayed by the will of one soft-hearted individual. It was too late the moment the old man learned she was in good health. Makina will be dragged into a power struggle, whether or not she wants any part of it. There's no longer any room for doubt. Even if I make the whole world my enemy, huh? I've gone a little overboard with that one. But there's some things a man has to do. I've made my decision, and I'll carry it out. Even if it means tearing the chains off my neck and becoming a stray. I think this job might be the reason why I'm here. And in that light, it feels as though my life might have some small meaning of its own. Well, no one tried to break in. Or... Okay, something happened. Something not good. That's something no bueno. This is the no bueno music. We heard it a lot back in fucking Mane's route during the flashback. It's like the standard fucking track. The next morning, I wake up drenched in sweat. Not that anything was out of the ordinary. Just the usual nightmare. As planned, I woke up at 2:30 to check up on Makina. Girl was out like a light, drooling onto an already filthy pillow. All well and good. But when I tried to go back to sleep, I found my nerves were badly on edge. Although I kept my eyes shut and turned around in my sleeping bag many times, I couldn't manage to get much rest. When I did nod off into light slumber, I'd spend maybe 15 minutes in the nightmare, then jerk awake again. The pattern played out again and again, straight through the morning. Just how long will it take before I can forget that day? The memory's glued in place, never fading no matter how many years pass. I can even remember the dull sensation of the weapon against my palm. As I wipe beads of sticky sweat from my forehead with the back of one hand, my half-open eyelids twitch at the touch of summer sunlight. The light pouring in through the window was already intense, suggesting another blazing hot day to come. This is no good. My harsh breathing just doesn't want to settle down. I can't get back into my normal rhythm. This heavy, irritating feeling, as though I've got some malevolent spirit squatting on my back, lingers on and on. Suddenly realizing my throat's painfully dry, I force my leaden body off the ground and crawl out of my sleeping bag. I pour myself a glass of tap water from the kitchen sink, and then another, and another. I can't stop sweating. No matter how many times I wiped the salty liquid off my face, the beads kept trickling down. In the moment, I realized they're actually tears. I sense someone gazing at me. Oh, in the moment I realized they're actually tears, I sense someone's gazing at me. Oh my god. The bro is crying in his sleep, Jesus. Hey, Brozard. How's it going? Is that your new introduction here? Just bleh. That's the sound of crying in your sleep. Oh, Lord Almighty. Yeah, how you doing, bud? Oh, yawning is me. I'll be honest, I didn't sleep great. Just finished up a meeting, now I have a whole new set of spreadsheets to puzzle over and find out why things aren't ugh. Oh, God. Alright, who didn't add...
Submit!
Yeah, who didn't submit? Sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Who didn't submit? How you doing, Nick? Two could play at that game? Oh my god. It's an automated process, unfortunately. Ugh. Great, so the program's broken somewhere. That's always fun.
NANI?!
You guys just gonna have this back and forth with my sound alerts? Is that what's happening here? A sound alert fight? Do I have any filters on there? I do, in fact, have a single filter on here. Yeah, I know I have them for free. Only very few actually cost any bits, I think. And even then, not that much. And then there's the 2 sound alerts in my channel rewards for, you know, good old bananas. The one that I'm an idiot, and then the Kent song. I would, but you said not to spam it, so I'll do it at random times. Thank you for that. I'm glad you remember me saying that. You gotta have those, you know, perfectly timed sound alerts. Actually, why did I bother breathing in my hands? My hands are cold this time. But I'm gonna take this little segue to just kind of where's the washroom? So I will be right back. And I am back. Alright, Brozard, enjoy your work. Enjoy your lurk, and, yeah, have fun with the work. Nothing's wrong. No doubt woken by the sound of the gushing faucet, Makina's sitting up in bed. Her eyes are still bleary with sleep, but her gaze is focused intently on me. It's nothing. I'm just sweating. Rather than embarrassment at letting the girl see me crying, fear at having revealed my weakness takes precedence. Menaced by some vaguely defined shadow, overwhelmed by the need to escape, I hurriedly throw on my running clothes.
Papa?
Gonna run for a while. Beyond pathetic. Damn, dude. It's okay to cry. No matter how many years pass, I'm still a gutless weakling brought to tears by dreams. I'm always running away from something. Always being chased by shadows. Even after my master took me in, this fundamental cowardice never really went away. I need to protect Makina. For her sake, of course, but also for mine. If I were to lose even her, I don't think I'd be able to get back on my feet again. I run into the muggy morning, as if fleeing from that frightening thought. Makina, are you really alright with this?
パパに奪ってほしいのよ。
Oh, I think I know what's happening here. This is probably a censored, sex scene. I'm gonna just eat a biscuit. Oh. Uh-huh. Yep. What are we gonna do on the bed, Papa? I can't even say Oni-chan anymore. Sweet home Alabama. Submit! Good God. Alright. I am going to... Let's see, this will turn it off, right? This will turn it off for you guys, just in case. Yes, excellent. Just in case. Wait, hold on. Seriously? I had an option for this window capture the whole time, where it would not actually pick up my cursor. For fuck's sakes. I've been streaming for how long, and I just fucking figured that out. Whatever. I'm gonna finish this off first. And then continue into, yeah. To Kekona, Alabama, brother. Even though it's not really Alabama, because they're not, you know, related in any way, shape, or form. But still. What were you doing with the bed, stepdaddy? I feel dirty, haven't even just said that. Ugh. Yeah, I feel dirty after saying that. Alright. Cool, let's just get this over with. While also, just in case, having to shut it off in case this game decides to fuck up and actually have, for whatever reason, an actual sex scene in it, which it won't. It's the Steam version, so all that's cut out. I am not saying this fucking line. I am sorry. No. I am putting my fucking foot down. I refuse. And I'm out of tea. I am not. No. I am not saying the second half of that line. No. No, that is just no. I already feel wrong enough just saying fucking daddy. Ugh. But to say that, no, I'm not crossing that fucking line. No way. Oh, for fuck's sakes, stop. Let's just get it over with. What the fuck was that sound effect? Yeah, I'm not reading this. I'm not reading this about a man justifying... No. Does anyone have some bleach? I need to erase my memory of this ever fucking happening. Can we get out of this place? What the fuck?
てな感じでマキナが2人に。
Huh? Uh-huh. That happened. Anyway. What is wrong with you, woman? When I returned from my run, I found Amane waiting for me in the lounge. From what she tells me, it seems Makina has been acting strangely. Early this morning, the girl visited Amane's room with a somewhat discouraged look on her face, and proceeded to sit around sighing heavily. Amane tried to talk to her, but she answered only in vague grunts and monosyllables. Speculating that things hadn't gone well in bed last night, Amane searched for appropriate words of comfort. But when she looked back after taking her eyes off the girl for a brief moment, it seemed that Makina had begun vigorously kneading wheat flour dough in the kitchen, cheerfully singing an incomprehensible mystery song to herself. Puzzled at this rapid improvement in her mood, Amane shrugged and went off to take a shower. But when she returned to her room, this time she found Makina curled up in the corner of the room with her head in her hands, groaning miserably. Faced with these absurdly dramatic and seemingly random mood swings, Amane arrived at a bold hypothesis.
マキナは2人いる。これはそういうトリックなのかと。
That was your conclusion, huh? Alright, Amane. First of all, let's think this over rationally. Who would this trick be trying to deceive, and to what end?
いや、まあ別に私 私も本気で言ってるわけじゃないけどね。昨日の夜何かあったのかなってちょっと気になってさ。
Nothing worth mentioning. I do have a rough idea as to the root cause of Makina's unusual behavior. The girl's had a heavy problem fall onto her out of nowhere, and it's not something she can carelessly discuss with her friends. But moping around in silence would only attract concern, making her feel even more awkward and miserable. So she forced herself to smile and sing in an attempt to lighten the mood. But soon enough, some careless thought abruptly reminded her of her worries. And once again, Makina ended up with her head in her hands, sighing and groaning over the problem she can't possibly resolve on her own. The one and only person she can really talk to about all this is me. Seeing tears on my face this morning must have worsened her emotional turmoil. Rather than running off in an attempt at hiding what happened, I should have sat down and talked to the girl honestly. Jesus. Looking back on it now, I regret that choice.
それで結局昨夜は男女の性的な行為が営まれたのでしょうか。
Well, hello to you too. I mean, why are you even here?
風見さんとマキちゃんが同衾するというお話を昨夜天音さんから聞き及びましては、老婆心とでも申しましょうか。マキちゃんの友人として安閑としてはいられようもなく、結果の遺憾を本人の口から厳しく問いただそうかと思いまして。
Look, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I didn't do anything I need to feel guilty about. Makina came to my room and slept in my bed. I slept on the floor. That's it. Nothing else happened. Clear enough for you?
ああ、だからマキナ、なんか元気がなかったのね。
She's not down because she didn't get some. Oh my fuck.
風見さん、あなたには失望しました。
What are you giving him the stink eye for? Sorry. Why?
いいユージ。女の子がね、男の部屋に泊まるってのは、それはもうやって OK ってことなのよ。
I really don't think that's a universal law. Personally, I've heard plenty of stories about women crashing at a male friend's place after missing the last train home. Then awkwardly shooting the guy down when he tries to make a move.
抱かれる意を決し、いつもより念入りにお風呂に入って、抱えた枕で高鳴る胸の鼓動を隠しつつも、
Oh my god.
さあ、いつでも抱きなさいと身構えていれば
Oh my god.
あっさりする。これではマキちゃんの女としてのプライドがズタズタです。
Okay, but what exactly are you telling me to do here?
マキナなら今私の部屋でパン焼いてるから、そっと背中を抱きしめて、マキナ、お前が欲しいって言えばいいのよ。
But look, what if she just shakes me off and yells, "Cut it out!" or something? Now I'm the one nursing the bruised ego. Sulky women are troublesome beyond measure. The representative director of the Troublesome Woman Society, Madam JB, is the prototypical example. Not only will she shriek, "Cut it out!" when you try to make amends, if you actually stop, she'll get even angrier. It's truly incomprehensible.
なんだかんだと大人ぶってはいても、所詮はユージもお子ちゃまね。あんた全然わかってないわよ。
Ichido, don't start. Just what I needed. Another pain in the ass.
いい？ツンデレが「いや」と言ったときはオッケーってことなのよ。わかる？押すなと言ったら押せ。
No!
これがツンデレよ。
No, don't take that advice to heart.
それはツンデレではなくリアクション芸人なのではないでしょうか。
In the first place, Makina is not exactly a tsundere, right?
とにかく嫌って言ってても心の中じゃもっとグイグイ来なさいよ。嫌がってる私を無理やりねじ伏せてみなさいよってことなのよ。わかる？
Don't take any of this advice seriously, everyone. For legal reasons, do not take this seriously. Well, sort of, I guess? Maybe?
あなたたちまたこんなところで朝からたむろして今度は何の悪巧みをしているというの？
いや別に悪巧みってわけじゃないわよ。マキナが昨夜はユージの部屋に泊まったってのに何もなかったって言うから。
Michiru, you were defining something else completely. Yeah, something completely else. Yeah. Michiru, you're my fucking best girl, but why do you do this? Why? I will still defend her, but even I'll call her out on being such a fucking idiot. My God. Oh, man. More yawning. From yours truly. Yeah, don't take anything she has said seriously there. Guess what? No means no, guys. No means no. For anyone, no means no. Unless you have established beforehand and what you're doing is something very specific and have a different word set up in place to actually stop, then yeah. But no means fucking no. Doesn't mean keep going. Got it? Got it. Good? Good? Let's move on.
まずはそれが本当か嘘かって話から始まって、もし本当に何もなかったのなら何が原因なんだろうねって、そんな感じ？
風見くん、
Yes.
あなたの他人から誤解されやすい性格や同行した冗談を平気で口にする態度に軽微な問題はあったとしても決して不誠実だとは思ってはいないし、私はこれでも一応あなたのことは節度のある人物だと認識しています。ですから正直に言いなさい。イリスさんを抱いたの？
Like I said, I didn't touch the girl. How many times do you people expect me to explain this?
本当に何もしなかったの？
Ah! So damn noisy! Don't all start squawking at once!
お待たせ、パンが焼けたのよさ。ってみんなしてこんなとこ集まって何してんのよさ。
Don't ask me. Too much damn time on their hands. A lot of them.
なんかよくわかんないけど、みんなパン食べる？待望の新作 M8i2 なのよ。
M8i2？
そう、M はメロンパンを表す形式記号で、8は8番目に作ったパンを表して、I は制作者のイニシャル、イリスの I、 最後の2は改良番号。2回改良を受けましたよって意味なのよさ。
見た目は普通のメロンパンじゃない。何をどう改良したってのよ。
We'll take a bite and find out.
パンは焼くと膨らむでしょ。だから表面のクッキー生地とベースのパンの間に波型に型抜きしたパイ生地が挟んであるのよさ。
Little waves of pie crust with a pastry cutter, then inserting it between the outside cookie dough and the bready bit. Okay.
メロンパンの命ともいえるかじりついた時のザクザク感を大事にしてみました。
Sort of like the wing of an airplane, structurally speaking.
そう、ヒントはそれ。錦大帝の羽と同じ構造なのよさ。
Okay, what is the H8K flying boat? What does that, the hell's that look like? Oh. Just one of those planes that can land in the water back from, I'm gonna guess, World War II. World War II? Ah, you're damn straight. I knew that. A flying boat. It's just a boat that can also fly as a plane. Yeah, there's plenty of those. America definitely had one too. I think it was a Catalina. Can't remember her exact name. But it can land in the water if need be. And generally, if they're on like an island and there's enough room for a runway, they just, you know, land in the water to do what they gotta do and then take off again. No kidding. You clearly put some thought into this.
まあ、食ってみ。結構いけるのよさ。
Let's see. That layer of air between the surface and main body really does emphasize the crispiness of the cookie dough. Not half bad.
タハロー、みんなも食べて感想を聞かせてほしいのよさ。
どれどれ？あ、ほんとだ。なんか今までにはないメロンパン感覚。ふんわりザクザク？私これ結構好きかも。
でもなんかスカスカしてるわね。食べ応えが足りないんじゃない？
そうね。でも温かい状態でアイスクリームと一緒に食べたら美味しいかもしれないわね。
Ooh, depression with happy music today, huh? Hey, persuade me! It's been a ride so far. You just missed the part where they all accused him of having slept with the lolly. He didn't. None of them want to believe him. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know it's gonna happen at some point in this route because he slept with every other girl he's had a route with so far. And technically she's the same age as one of the last ones we were with. I gotta look. How old is Makina again? I know her and Sachi are the same age. Ah, okay, she's 15. That's right. That's right. Makina and Sachi are both 15. Michiru is 16. Sakaki and Yuji, our main character. No, that's wrong. Yeah, okay. Sakaki and Michiru are both 16. Yuji himself is 17, I believe. Yep. And then Amane is the oldest at 19. That's it. That's it, I remember that. So, I mean, really, there's only a 2-year difference between them, but it is also still kind of weird. But they also do go to the same school. And it's also based in Japan, where their laws are a little different. Yeah, it's a mess. But she is literally the most childish out of all of them, in both looks and personality and voice. So, it's weird. And then you gotta factor in the fact that we're acting as her father too, so that gets even more weird. I mean, Nick was there. I refused to say the line about a certain someone taking her special something. Even though it was just a fantasy that Amane cooked up, I still refuse to say the line. I refuse to say every line in that scene. Yeah, big old no thank you there. That's where I crossed the line. Yeah.
もうやはり食べ応えが今後の課題なのよさ。早急に M8i3 の開発に着手せねば。
Yeah. Whatever. Just gotta carry on, that's all. There's one more route after this, and it's with the black-haired one. Good old Sakaki. I don't know how much more I have of Makina's route. There's probably a good chunk more, though. Do you need to do her route? I mean, I don't need to, but I want to just to get the full story, because I want to know everyone's backstories. Especially because I am going to be doing the sequels after this, and they're probably going to bring up stuff that happened in their routes in those sequels, and I'd rather not be just kind of clueless. So, important way-wise, from what we've gotten from today so far, her grandfather called her, wanting her to come back to the family, presumably to be back as the future head of the family, but she doesn't want to, but the grandfather's like, yeah, no one's really gonna take that as an answer. I'll give you some time to think about it. That being, think over, and you're gonna come back whether you like it or not. And Yuji just being like, well, think it over. If you want to go back, I support that. If you don't want to go back, I'll also support that. If your family doesn't support that decision, I'll fight tooth and nail until they do. And by fight tooth and nail, I mean quite literally. He will literally fight people. And kill, maybe. All depends on what they decide to do. The man was ready for, like, SWAT teams to burst in to kidnap her at night. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, man, fucking Grisaia, let's not flip-flop on the mood. Like, the tone will change big time. Go from something serious to goofy to fun like this. All within the span of, what, 20 minutes? If that? What, you already got the next edition planned out?
パンと生地の間にイゲタを組んで中にクリームをサンドするインテグラルタンク構造にしてみるのよさ。
So we're switching from the flying boat to the flying cigar, huh? What the hell's the flying cigar? What random shit now? Flying cigar. Oh. Blimp. It's a blimp, essentially. Okay.
かじりついた瞬間にブビュッとクリームがはみ出る新構造。名付けてワンバイトオーバーフロー。これは売れる。食べにくいけど売れる。
Okay, as much as that might actually taste good, I'm not a major fan of something making a big mess when I take a bite into it. That feels like it would be way too messy if I'm just taking a bite and it just kind of like explodes. I have that problem with some wraps at Tim Hortons. They pack them a little too tightly sometimes with too much sauce. So eventually when I'm starting to take a bite, the bottom just kind of explodes and sauce drips everywhere. I mean, even just with, like, burritos and stuff in general, stuff like that. Not a huge fan of it just leaking into a mess if I bite it too hard or they packed it way too tightly. Anyone else kind of agree? I'm not a huge fan of super messy food. That's straight out of a hat. Oh. Yeah, okay, yes. I was going for something more wholesome, but thank you, Persuade Me, for bringing it into the hentai. Okay, I don't want to take a bite into a pastry and get a fucking facial. There, I said it. I don't want to be getting a facial when having a snack. Ah, God almighty. Okay. Jeez. Just that straight lace, just okay. So now I just got fucking One Punch Man in my head. Not sure if I follow the logic there, but passion for experimentation is a good thing. In a society defined by abundant plenty, something that's tasty but tricky to eat might distinguish itself as high class precisely because of the slight inconvenience involved. That girl might not be too far off conceptually. That's all well and good, but at this point Amane takes the conversation down a troubling new path.
ね、前から聞こう思うててんけど、なんでメロンパンなのに丸いん？丸いのはサンライズやん？
Huh? Thanks to this cryptic remark from our former Kanto resident, what the heck is a sunrise becomes the hot topic of the moment. Not that I particularly give a shit. How is that troubling? Whatever, man. Yeah, hopefully this time we don't run into someone car bombing another relative. Good. Give him hell, kid. Before long, it's 8 o'clock, and Makina's setting off for her shift at the bakery. Watching the girl march triumphantly out of the room, her prototype M8i2 safely stowed in a plastic bag, I nod deeply to myself. Alright then, guess I should get going as well.
あんたもどっか行くの?
Yeah, I'm working today myself. Even as I'm speaking, I quickly slip into one of my work uniforms, then swing a bag full of tools over my shoulder.
帰りは? 何時頃になるの?
Let's see... 5:30 or so, as long as nothing comes up.
そう、じゃあマキナと大体同じ時間だね。晩ご飯用意して待ってるから、遅くなるときは電話して。
Will do. Alright then, I'll be on my way.
はい、いってらっしゃい。
He's trailing Makina, isn't he? It's definitely what he's doing. Yep. Suppose this still qualifies as a part-time job, but it's different from the normal routine. Today, I'm working as Makina's bodyguard. I received a full 70 million in advance payment on this one, so I can't exactly treat it like a game. That sort of money warrants a serious approach and professional attitude. Yeah, the 700 grand she gave us at the beginning of her route, to be her father. Stepping out of the school gate, I casually turn my head to glance in the direction of the shopping district, immediately spotting Makina in the distance. After confirming that there aren't any suspicious cars stopped in the area, I start walking after her on the opposite side of the street. There'd hardly be any point to tagging right along after the girl. Tagging right along after the girl. Yeah. Easier and less conspicuous just to walk down the station in the first place. I do have my reasons for taking a more fruitive approach. Thanks, Persuade Me! Wow, I love that Twitch, I love the Twitch clip, names they have there. Headstrong, polite, human, Dap Boy. Oh shit, here come Dap Boy, oh what up? God, and how long since that was even a brief meme? Fucking Dap Boy. First of all, I don't want Makina to be aware that I'm guarding her. If she knows I'm protecting her, that knowledge would start to influence her actions in revealing ways. Even if I told her to try and act normally, an awkward movement would give it away sooner or later, tipping off anyone who might be observing. If the enemy realizes Makina has a bodyguard, they'll change their tactics accordingly. That wouldn't be much fun from my perspective. The ideal is to keep both Makina and anyone targeting her ignorant of my presence. Therefore, after following her from a good distance... read, Baron! Therefore, after following her from a good distance for a while, I begin cutting quickly through side streets to get ahead of her. If I was targeting Makina, I'd spend 7 days at the very least on observation, trying to get a solid grasp for her daily patterns of behavior. Before making any attempt, I'd compile the most detailed possible data I could on her walking speed, route, and typical itinerary. Sniper, kidnapper, whatever, any pro would do the same. In fact, I spent some time this morning putting myself in the shoes of an assassin, narrowing down some potential sniping points. I devised and evaluated a few plausible spots, simulating attempts at shooting Makina on her way to and from the bakery. But as a target, the girl's genuinely troublesome. First of all, she's a shrimp. It makes her a smaller target, more easily obstructed. Secondly, her actions are frequently hard to anticipate. If the girl comes across some hostess out walking a cute little doggy, she'll without a doubt stop dead and hold a lengthy conversation with the animal. On top of it all, there's that fundamentally whimsical personality. If she needs to make 3 turns to her destination, she'll randomly change the road she uses, so it's hard to nail down an exact route. Taking all those negatives into account, there are 2 spots that seem potentially effective. I take out a hand-drawn map from the pocket of my school uniform. It's a detailed sketch of the terrain with a decent radius of the station, with 2 lines connecting hypothetical sniping spots and impact points. The first potentially effective choice is a shot from the top of the pedestrian bridge over the East Beach Line rail track, which provides a good view of the main shopping district area. There's practically no cover to worry about, and the distance would only be about 300 meters. On top of which, you'd be hitting the girl from behind, making it easier to line up the shot. Problem is, you'd stand out too much. If you openly set up shop with a rifle there, even a dim-witted grade schooler would point and yell, "Look, Mommy, it's an assassin!" Considering the risk of exposure, you'd probably have to snipe from under the canopy of a parked truck. But that'd limit your angle of fire severely, making it easy to lose track of the target in a crowd. Not too appetizing. I do take a look just for safety's sake, but there doesn't seem to be any suspicious idling cars in the area I marked as suitable for sniping. Snipers need time to prepare. It's not like they're gonna tear up, fire a shot from the window, then peel out. Probably safe to conclude no one's shooting from there today. But there's also the second possibility. A shot from the 8th. Yeah, it's 8th. Sorry, yeah, I thought it was... I kind of read that as 88th or 18th somehow. It just kind of all became a jumbled mess. A A shot from the 8th floor of the parking garage south of Mishima Cape Station, next to the fashion building currently under construction. The structure itself isn't open to the public yet, so entry is restricted. In other words, once you slip in, you'll be able to spread out a pretty sizable shop without any awkward questions from passersby. Also, since it's a downward angle, you should get a clean line of sight. The target's short stature won't be nearly so much of an issue. However, the shot would require firing between two buildings, obstructed by an elevated park and the Mishima Cape Station itself. I should be back now, right? You guys can see me? Hey, Gardontar, how you doing, buddy? Good. Yeah, my Wi-Fi just completely dropped entirely. Like, my computer disconnected from just the internet in general. But it came back really quick. And yeah, we're still running at the same bitrate. So yeah, that was just a very momentary thing. That is, you know, that's just how it is with good old Wi-Fi. These things can happen, but that's the first time it's actually dropped out in the middle of a stream. Like that here. But again, it did come back pretty back, and we're running back at full, so... yeah. I do still have this up, so I do hear the ding when something like that happens, so I just immediately stop talking. The okay bird? Messy Boot. Got him! So yeah, we're all good now. That was a momentary thing that happened. Which, I mean, I think that just happens in general. Sometimes the internet will just kind of kick out briefly. Is what it is, but hey, again, it came back really quick. We're down for like, what? I don't know, maybe a minute or so? It reconnected quick enough. That it didn't, I don't think this even, actually, I don't even think this started, it's gonna start a new, I might start a new thing on, Twitch as another video file. If it does, it does. It doesn't, because I still have the same live, time up here from when I started, so that's something. Yeah, how you doing, Gardontar? How you doing, buddy? I'll just read this one section just in case. Oh, we missed that out. No matter where you position yourself, you're not gonna get even a 2-meter slice of visibility. What's more, you'd be firing at Makina from the side as she walks past. Okay, I think I'm back this time. It dropped again, but I didn't lose actual internet on my computer. It's just the stream decided to drop. That was very weird. I'm probably going to end fairly soon then, just in case this kind of keeps happening. Just to be on the safe side. So I'll try to finish off this scene or get to a point where it's good. Going well, got my troop assignments, starting boot camp. Oh, right! You did mention that a while ago, that you have to do this, right? I think that was you. I'm pretty sure that was you. Pretty sure it was you saying you have to do. It's like a mandatory thing you got to do. It's either you do it or you have to pay extra in taxes if you're considered unfit, or you know, if they consider you unfit for service. Because either way, the government will get its money out of you. do believe I remember you talking about that. Yeah, I'm assigned to intel, so they had to run additional background checks on me to make sure I'm not a risk. Oh, fun. Okay. But hey, yeah, clearly it's all set, so yeah, enjoy boot camp. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, boot camp will just be hell because it has to be. But then after that, it'll get easier. Presumably. Yeah, but after that I get to just sit in HQ. Hell yeah, I sit in HQ with the air conditioning, water cooler, all the other good perks. I mean, not to, speak less of any other, any other positions there. All of them have an important job to do in some way or another. But hey, you get to enjoy the sitting in the HQ part. It'd probably be very, very boring and tedious after a long while, but hey, it's something. Still doing your part. I mean, like I said, it's better than paying extra on your taxes for, what was it, 10 years or something? If they, deemed you unfit? In general? Apparently the city I got assigned to has some nice nightlife, so that's... Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, yeah, finish up what you gotta do at the HQ, then go around town, hit up a bar or something. Alright. That's good. Yeah, I couldn't really ask for anything better, I'd say, there. Yeah. I hope it all goes well, bud. I hope everything goes really well for you, and boot camp isn't too harsh on you. Ugh. Boot camp is always the worst part of anything. It's also in the flatlands, so we won't have to hike up any mountain. Okay, beautiful. Perfect. Perfect, then. Yeah, no having to lug a whole bunch of gear up a mountain just to bring it all back down immediately anyway. You got lucky? You very much did. That coin toss was 100% in your favor. So take it and run. Every boot camp is hell. Yeah, very true. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be rough on everybody, because they gotta break you down so they can build you back up to how they want. That's just how it is. They gotta drill new routine in you. They gotta break any other kind of misconception you have, or any kind of current, maybe habits you have. Worst case, I end up at the French part 4 hours away from home by train. Okay, that's not too bad, I would say. I don't think that's not too bad at all. 4-hour train ride away from home? Not bad at all. I'm a 6-hour car ride away from my hometown. But now it's only 1? Okay, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful then. You're an hour away from home. Perfect. Like, so that's just perfect. So it'd be a little easier if you somehow have, actually, when you do have any kind of leave, you could always just pop in home for a day or two, or however long your leave is, no problem, and then come back quickly. Ooh, what the hell? Bitrate went down again for a second there. It's going a little nutso right now. I think I'm back now. I just saved the game, and I'm probably just going to end it here, because this is going a little nuts for me. It could potentially be a problem Twitch side, too, that maybe things just can't connect well, because I still have internet here. I still have internet in my home choice, you know, on my actual computer and everywhere else. So I'm not disconnecting here. So I think it might be Twitch side is having the issue. I'm also the only one home at the moment, so I'm the only one using any kind of bandwidth, so yeah, I think it's Twitch side that's having an issue. I'm sure I'll see something somewhere of like, my stream keeps disconnecting. What's going on, Twitch? I'm actually gonna look that right now, quick. Twitch issues. Twitch status. Well, so far they're reporting everything's fine. Anyone, no, nothing's coming up on down detector yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. It's rather an abrupt stop in the middle of a scene, but yeah, I don't want to chance it any further than I already have. God, I'm gonna have to combine so many videos together now, just so I can post it later. But we still got a fair chunk done today, so I'll take that, and we're stable for now, so I can at the very least end off. Later tonight, I might do a second stream for more Batman Arkham Origins, and we'll see how it goes there. I think this is literally just a momentary thing. Which, I mean, it happens time to time. So, I mean, the internet here has actually been phenomenal. Honestly, it's been great. Again, I'm working off of Wi-Fi still. And this is the first time I've had any kind of issues, but even then, it's not on my desktop at all. That's still connected. My phone's still connected. It's just the stream doesn't want to connect. It keeps dropping out, which, well, okay. So I think it's just it's probably almost certainly Twitch side. They're probably running into some issues with some kind of update somewhere that just kind of messed things up. But hey, it happens. Let's see, can I open Chrome without it dying on me? Let's look at yes. Alright. Yeah, I also haven't had that problem anymore. So let me cut that out because I don't need that there. You guys don't need the desktop audio anymore either. Just be getting doubles. Check something. Probably the only one, right? Yeah, alright. That's fine. Alright, so yeah, sorry about the little tech issue there, guys, but again, we still got some decent stuff done. It was good to get back into Grisaia. I've missed it as much as it makes me want to tear out the hair I have on my head. So, yeah, thanks everyone, for watching, commenting, and lurking. I do appreciate it very, very much. I will try to have a second stream later on tonight, probably like 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Just some more Batman Arkham Origins. And hopefully things will be a little more stable then. But, until then, I hope everyone, has themselves a great rest of their day. And I'll see you next time.